It's looking like a runoff for the office of president might be likely in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The country held its first multi-party elections in almost 5 decades last month. But so far, none of the candidates have the majority vote they need to win the election outright. Kalala is the president of the Congolese community of Atlanta. He was in the DRC for the historic elections and voted there for the first time in his life. He came by our studios this week to talk about those elections.
On the ground, what I saw in the Congo is that the Congolese people finally showed their maturity when it came to voting for the change, democratic change in their country. A lot of people did not expect these elections to go as smooth as they did because of the problems that occurred before that. But it was amazing. The election day, the preparation for election, there was some problems. But the election day, I was in Kinshasa. The election day, everything went smooth and people went and voted, disciplined, went back home like nobody expected.
There are so many candidates for president for these elections. What are you hearing right now about who might possibly be in the lead?
What I hear before I even came here was that it was a tie between Joseph Kabila and Jean-Pierre Bemba. Joseph Kabila is the actual president. Jean-Pierre Bemba is one of the 4 vice presidents in charge of economy and finance, who's really running close to Joseph Kabila. Before I left the Congo, and actually when I got here, what I followed was Jean-Pierre Bemba was leading in the west part of the Congo, and Joseph Kabila was leading on the eastern part of the Congo. But we don't know at this point. It's very hard to predict who is going to win this election, but one thing we know for sure is there is no doubt that we have to have a second round, a runoff. You cannot avoid that with 32 candidates running for the presidency. The first round is people are going to vote based on who is from their part of the country. That's the first round. You cannot avoid that. Now in the second round, which is the runoff, that's exactly when everybody's going to come, because they're going to the votes are going to be distributed between 32 people. So it's impossible. It's impossible that one is a Jean-Pierre Bemba or Joseph Kabila wins these elections at the first round.
There have also been grumbles about irregularities in the voting. Have you had any concrete examples of any irregularities? In
the county of Njili, there were a lot of bulletins burned. Okay, burned. I mean, we're talking about a quarter from that area burned. In certain areas, Kalamu. I was in Kalamu because I was driving. I was just want to get. I'm not a journalist, but I felt like let me go around and see for myself what is going on in this election. Since it was so quiet. In Kalamu, some people went to vote, and once they got there, they were told that somebody else already voted for them. In Mbujimai, I asked people, my sisters, to show me their voting, the bulletin, the registration card. I was surprised, I was shocked for them to tell me somebody came 2 weeks ago, somebody came in and asked us to give them the registration card, and they will bring us in return clothing. I was shocked.
Ben, as you pointed out, the Democratic Republic is a huge country. It's taken some time to get the results in. So let's say we get to a second round. It's taken so long to get through the first round. How long are we talking before we actually get a new president of the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Excellent. It is projected that we Congolese will not have a president until the beginning of 2007.
Goodness me. Is there patience for that? Can the country cope?
Well, we don't have a choice.
We could talk about this for hours.
No,
Thank
really.
you very much. Appreciate it.
Anytime you need.
Appreciate your insight.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay.
Dikembe Mutombo, the more than 2-meter NBA star of the Houston Rockets, or in old money 7 feet 2 inches, is a native of the Democratic Republic of Congo.